It ain't gonna be choppy no more. It ain't gonna be choppy no more. So that's good. But yeah, there's not really like I think Canelo has reached that rarefied era in his career where it's like, you know what? If he's not gonna fight these young killers, like the real young killers, not these guys that are young on paper that we know aren't really like killers. I'm talking about like the guys like Benavidez and guys like that. He's reached that part of his career where it's like, okay, well, you've done everything there is to do. You've been undisputed. You won titles in multiple weight classes, and for all intents and purposes, I got to give him his due. Like he's the only fighter in boxing that could fight an Edgar Berlanga type of opponent in his weight class and put 20,000 plus asses in the seats. There's something to be said about that. So I guess I'll just enjoy the rest of his career for what it is. We've already talked about him fighting the Bivol rematch. He didn't want it. He said he does now. I still don't believe him. He said he wanted Benavidez. I definitely don't believe him about that. That ship has sailed. So as far as what his next option could be, and I honestly, I'll say it like this: I really think that for Canelo, the only commercially realistic option for him, as far as like doing the biggest event while making the most money, while it being somewhat of a legacy fight, because just because of the name, it's got to be Terence Crawford. It has to be because Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford versus Canelo or Canelo versus Terence Crawford. I think it's the biggest fight that can be made in boxing. I think it's the biggest event in North America that can be made in boxing because of obviously who Canelo is, star power wise, what he can do on his own, fighting the Edgar Berlangas of the world, and then obviously Terence Crawford just did about what was it 17,000 himself fighting Madrimov in LA. Obviously they stacked the card. It had Eminem, so it wasn't just solely on his star power, but he beat Spence in a very unforgettable performance in a big fight. So he's graduated to another level of stardom. In fact, Terence Crawford was at I think it was the Sphere or somewhere, and he met Rihanna. And so like he's over here rubbing elbows with Rihanna, being all giggly like he's a teenage boy with Rihanna. So he's clearly in a different class of popularity now than he was 2 or 3 fights ago. So I do think they're gonna fight, and I'll be honest with you guys, if I would say they definitely fight in 2025. I know there's been a lot of back and forth about, oh, well, Turkey said this about Canelo and Canelo said this about Turkey. Look, one thing about it is this: when that much money is available and that much money can be made, the conflicting sides will let bygones be bygones. And I do think in 2025 we will see Terence Crawford versus Canelo because when you look at 168, there's nobody there. I mean, like if you fight in Billy, you fight Pacheco, you fight Eric Bazzini and these kind of guys, it's basically the same thing as fighting Edgar Berlanga, if not worse in some cases from a commercial standpoint. He's and then if you ask him to fight the winner better be a Bivol, those are both tough fights. He already lost to one of the guys, and the other guy that is probably going to win, it would probably put the biggest beating he's ever taken in his life. So why do that for less money? Canelo Alvarez, for better or for worse, he's played the boxing game perfect. He knows when to pick certain guys, and the thing is, Terence Crawford is a smaller guy from weight classes down below. He's a name. He's on the pound for pound list, and he'd make the most money. So when you can start looking at the boxes, that event, that fight as a fight and what it means for his career, and as an event, it ticks a lot of boxes. The only road barrier I feel in that particular fight would be, okay, could the dollars make sense? Could Turkey, Eddie Hearn, and the fine folks at PBC, could they all meet in the middle ground and make the fight make sense, make the dollars make sense? That's really what it comes down to. And I think it will. And I would expect in 2025 that not only do they make the dollars make sense, I would say that PBC and Riyadh season and Al Heyman in Turkey, I bet you that they do a co-promotion pay-per-view because that's how big and that's how big I think that fight is and how much it'll move the needle, not just in this country, but the boxing world abroad. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. So what's good, guys? Shout out to everybody here. It's your boy BT, the untouchable True School Sports. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. We're at 80,000 subscribers now. Going to be at 81 soon, so I'm really happy about that. Definitely super chat. We're here. Yes, sir. Daniel Rubin, Pro Box. Shout out to Pro Box. He says, the lives are back. BT is the best reporter in the game. I 1,000% agree with all that. So thank you. Appreciate it, champ. Landslide says, Canelo still can't finish anything since Plant. SMH, you called it going 12. Yeah. What's funny was I told anybody who would listen in the media room when everyone was saying Like literally in the media room, people were having debates about not what round Berlanga will get stopped in, what punch he would get knocked out with. There was nobody picking Berlanga. There was nobody giving him a chance. Everyone picked up a knockout, and I said, guys, you don't know what you're watching. You have zero idea. You guys think you know what you're watching, but you really don't. Canelo Alvarez is a fantastic fighter, but he's not a finisher like that no more. And he fights in spurts, and he don't put his punches together. And he's never been like a big one punch guy unless he's fighting like Amir Khan. So Edgar's gonna be just big enough, just young enough, just strong enough to keep him at bay with that power. And Canelo's not gonna put enough punches together to knock him out. And I can't even think of one media member out of the 100 something reporters I talked to during the week that picked um, Canelo by decision. It was all Canelo by knockout and that stuff. So yeah, thank you. Ricky Luna says, Brendan, congratulations on 80,000 subscribers. Thank you, man. And God willing, we'll get to 90,000 real quickly and then 100,000 real quickly. So, yeah, it's a blessing, man. It's been a long journey, and I'm grateful every day. Do you think he takes Benavidez on the way out just for the check? I think he'd be more prone to fighting Benavidez now, Canelo, only because he's got Benavidez in a very disadvantageous position. Like he moved up to light heavyweight to go fight, chase those guys up there. If Canelo and his team pass that paperwork to Benavidez, now he's gonna have to drain himself, and I think it bumps up Canelo's chances to win it, and he knows that, so that's why they're gonna go ahead and I would consider that to be a possibility. So, yep.